Riding Out of the Fog. Posted by David Atkinson on June the 13th, 2015. Yesterday, Thursday, was brilliant and sunny. A great day for a ride, but I had things to do around the house. Today's forecast also looked good. Some early morning fog patches clearing to a sunny day. So I set off for Tallarook. I know, we were there just last week, but there were some roads I wanted to ride that skirted under the rocky bluff of the Tallarook ranges that we could see behind our hotel. And then there was that old bluestone walled dam tucked away in the hills. So off I set via the same route as the Queen's birthday ride. It was cold and grey, but the weather forecast promised it would change. My hands were freezing as I passed through Eltham and almost unworkable for changing gears when I arrived at Hurst Bridge. Not sure I could continue with such painful frozen hands. I needed to catch a hot cup of coffee and take stock. I read the newspaper and discovered that Abbott doesn't like windmills and that he'd much prefer to live next to a coal-fired power station. Depressing. I gave up the idea of Tallarook and decided to putz around and explore the district. Stopped by to photograph a very old historic wooden bridge just north of Hurst Bridge and a tumble-down house at Athers Creek. Found a lovely dirt lane, running Creek Road, which climbed up into the fog. And behold, you guessed it, Julie, I found another little bridge there. I backtracked and found a road through to Strathewin. Still cold with low grey cloud that occasionally kissed the earth. Just when I had decided to head back home, a tiny patch of weak sunlight lit a hill momentarily, then the clouds closed again. Hey, perhaps there is sun up there after all. I just need to get myself higher. I knew there were roads behind Strathewin that climbed up the mountainside to King Lake, but they are all dirt. I took a road called Bowden Spur Road. Any road with spur in its name always go up bridges. It was steep, rough, and ran underneath some power lines, beautiful things Tony, with lots of hairpin bends. About halfway up, I literally rode out of the fog bank into the warm sun. Wow! Looking back, I could see the Melbourne and its entire suburbs lay beneath a thick blanket of cloud that looked as though it would never lift. The road popped me out near King Lake Central. The warm, bright sun felt so good it made me delusional. Perhaps I could make it to Tallarook after all. I turned towards Flowerdale. There was a shortcut to Tallarook through the King Lake National Park, but it was all dirt roads. I took Forest Road before Hazelden. I was probably riding a bit faster than I should on gravel, but it was fun. Stopped off to see Strathfalls, then found the south end of Murchison Spur Road and at a very scenic ride down to the lookout over the Valley of Thousand Hills where we had been last Sunday. This time the view was in glorious afternoon sunshine, the way I had hoped it would look for the Tallarook ride. Oh well. Had to pop into Broadford for fuel. Tallarook was just a short distance away, but it was 2:30 p.m. and I had run out of time. Off to Flowerdale and home. A 284 kilometers ride with the special effects department working overtime. Glorious.